So last week I did a Sephora VIB haul where I blacked out at Sephora and I spent way too much money. And one of the things that I spent my money on was the Tatcha The Silk Canvas primer. And you guys said, among a lot of other things that are to come, don't worry, among other things you said that you wanted to see a full review on this, and so we're doing it! Your wish is my command. So she doesn't come cheap. No, a Tatcha product never does. This is $52, but the packaging makes you feel like you bought luxury because it's so heavy and beautiful. And you get 0.7 ounces, which I don't really know. It seems fine. You know what I mean? You don't use a ton of this at one time. It's gonna still take me ages to go through it. And it comes with this little point where you use it with this little thing right here and that's how you dispense it. And sometimes I lose track of this because there's nowhere to store it on the beautiful packaging, and so sometimes I just use my finger to get it out of there, which is not ideal, but I like when I can find this thing because it's great. This is meant to be a primer that smooths everything out and protects your skin from your makeup. So full disclosure here, guys, I'm not much of a primer person. I never have been. I mean, I'm becoming aware of what a lazy person I am when it comes to makeup. I watch people's videos and I realize, like, there's so many things that I cut corners on because I just don't have time. I just don't care enough. I want things to work without me having to try really hard because I paid $52 for something, you know what I mean? So primers most of the time disappoint me. Is my eyelash lifting? Is it lifting? It's always lifting. I've never bought a primer that I have been particularly thrilled with. There are primers that are supposed to make your makeup last longer, and I've never found one of those that necessarily worked. There are primers that make your skin really luminous, which makes no difference to me once I put makeup on top of it. Who cares? And there are primers that are supposed to blur your pores, which all I have to do is say benefit the professional in the mirror and my face breaks out like I'm 14. So none of those have necessarily ever worked for me. It took a little bit. I wanted to try this and I knew that it is very skincare oriented, and that's what kind of pushed me over the edge to try this. Also, even if something doesn't end up working, I want to make a video for you guys about it so that you know too. That's kind of the point, right? Right. So let's talk about this actual product here. What skin type is it good for? All of them. All of the skin types. Unless you have something besides normal, oily, combination, dry, or sensitive, if you don't have skin, this might not be for you. What it is, a velvety priming balm, a bibbity bobbity boo. A velvety priming balm of pressed silk that smooths and makes makeup last longer while keeping it out of skin, helping to prevent clogged pores and breakouts. Solutions for pores, oiliness, dullness, and uneven texture. Formulated without any of the things that anybody ever puts in products anymore. Non-comedogenic, non-irritating, non-sensitizing, dermatologist tested, cruelty-free, and formulated without synthetic fragrances, mineral oil, sulfate detergents, urea. I don't know what that is. DEA or TEA. The journey of the silk canvas to you, the final step in the geisha skincare ritual. I like this. And the beginning of her makeup is to press a thin layer of melted Japanese wax called bentsuki into her skin. The soft layer creates a smooth, poreless canvas to help her makeup last all day and protect her skin beneath. Tatcha brings a modern evolution of this time-honored practice to life in the silk canvas. Beauty that gives back. Every Tatcha purchase you make supports girls' education around the world. I did not know that. That is neat. Tatcha is a proud partner with Room to Read to transform girls' futures. Stop. My heart. That is so sweet. I'm so happy. I'm gonna give more money to Tatcha. I mean, I probably would anyway, but that's so neat. I will stick some footage in here of me putting this on. The main thing I want to show here is kind of the transformation of my skin just from right after my skincare to my skin after I put this on. I hope that it reads on camera, because what you end up with is a blurred, mattified, beautiful canvas that you put your makeup on top of. It feels really nice on your skin, doesn't get oily or weird, and it doesn't have that dimethicone feeling to it. You know what I'm talking about, that strange thing where with the Benefit Professional, like you keep rubbing it too much, it just pills off your skin, like you have to kind of press it in and be really nice to it, and then you also have to be really careful with your makeup on top. This is not that. This is a super foolproof, great for you lazy girls, fantastic primer that's going to do what it says that it's going to do. Not only that, guys, this is not my first time wearing this. I've been wearing this now, like a week and a half, I guess, and then last, Thursday, I forgot to wear it, and I took a picture of my face on my way home from work. This is untouched up because I don't touch up. I just don't. And so you are seeing what the makeup looks like after a whole day of wearing it, like in the office and walking around downtown and blah, 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 and humidity and stuff like that. And I will show that kind of against a full day's wear with the Tatcha underneath, because you guys, they will pry this from my cold dead hands. This is beautiful. This is amazing stuff. Like, this is completely worth the hype. Like, it's so, so, so cool. It actually has silk, like micro silk in it, and so that's really the texture that you get. It's interesting because if I rub it between my fingers, I can see that it kind of fills in all the ridges in my fingertip, which, I don't know, like, it doesn't do anything weird and oily like just a regular foundation. It actually just acts as sort of like a self-leveling medium. I always talk in art terms, guys. Self-leveling medium is like, you know, it's something that you use to kind of like balance out the surface of something before you paint on it in painting, and that's what this is. It kind of has like a, you know, like a gravitational element to it. Now, I will say this product does have dimethicone in it. This is not, like, dimethicone is not an evil product. It just is like the only ingredient in the Professional, and so it doesn't have anything to kind of like keep it from pilling and rolling off your face and just being really difficult to work with. Whatever combination of silk fibers and nonsense and dimethicone and whatever, and probably different kinds of dimethicone, I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm certainly not like a skincare science expert, but the way that all of these things go together, they become a very dummy-proof formula where you can just rub it all over your face like lotion and it just makes your life easier, which is the way that I like to function with makeup. So it has made like a really huge difference in my routine. The other thing that I have noticed using it now for, like I said, a little over a week, is that it does protect your skin from your makeup. That is neat. So the thing that I will notice a lot of times with my powder and stuff like that, if I don't wear it, is that everything kind of peels up on the edges over the course of the day, like my acne and stuff like that. And so, you know, I think to some extent it feels like, oh, is my acne healing? Is it like drying up underneath my makeup in like a good way? But it never ends up being in a good way. You know what I mean? It just kind of like cracks everything apart and looks kind of worse than it is, and I can't help but think that like then the makeup is like getting deeper in my skin kind of thing and making things worse. And when I wear this all day, that doesn't happen as much. Like, I still come home and like I don't have everything kind of breaking apart in my dry spots or my oily spots or like the acne that was right here before. It's not like gathering all in there. This really does provide a protective layer that's not just keeping my makeup in place, but it's keeping my makeup from like just, you know, getting into every nook and cranny and wreaking unknown bacterial havoc on my skin. And so I have, granted, I made a lot of change all at once with my skin. So it's hard necessarily to nail it down, but everything that I have been doing lately has been very positive for my skin, for my acne, and now, you know, somewhat lack thereof. This has been really, really helpful. If you are acne prone and you have to wear, you know, some choice heavy concealer in certain spots to really spot conceal, this is so nice because it just makes everything kind of stay there all day and not break up and get weird and go like, oh, here's a perfect face of makeup and here's a blemish where everything's cracking and flaking off and being disgusting. So the combination, I know it's a lot of things, but it's a combination of how like hydrating and skincare oriented the IT Cosmetics foundations have been for me. This, which the picture that I showed you with the before and after, that is with IT Cosmetics, so it still will break up on me without this. So with this, with the IT Cosmetics, and just kind of how it seems to sort of agree with my skin really well, and then also a lot of the skincare that I've been using and the Acne Light Stim, which I'm going to do a full review on soon. I'm kind of waiting for the results to shake out, you know what I mean? It takes about 4 weeks for that thing to like, you're supposed to only be able to see effects after about 4 weeks, so I want to have a really good before and after for you guys. So, but I will tell you that like this has become a very integral part of my skincare routine, not just my makeup routine. And I've noticed very positive change in my skin since using it, and it really does act as a primer for a primer non-believer. I was never a primer believer. This has made me, at least in this case, a primer believer, and so I definitely think that this is super freaking worth it. This definitely gets my stamp of approval. You hardly need any. I used, the amount that you saw me use in the clip earlier, I think I kind of used a little too much. You probably only need one good like scrape over the top, and that's it. It doesn't take much at all, but I'm telling you, like, this is a game changer. This is a really, really good kind of makeup game changer for those of us out there who don't necessarily have perfect skin, and we want our makeup to stay all day anyway. So this kind of solves for all of your weird kind of like climatic fluctuations on your face all day, and I'm really excited about this because it's about to get really hot here, but even the humidity and stuff like that, this is impervious to it. It's really, really beautiful, and for something that is building a protective layer, the fact that it doesn't break me out, in fact it kind of keeps me from breaking out, is unbelievable and miraculous at the same time. So guys, I will link this below for you to check out if you so desire. If you have been on the fence about this product, I highly recommend it. You're definitely gonna get 2 enthusiastic thumbs up from me on this. I'm very, very pleased. There have been some fails in my life lately with makeup and things like that, so I'm just happy to have one that's just like out of the park awesome. So guys, stay tuned for the reviews for everything else from that Sephora haul that you guys wanted to see. I will have those kind of upcoming as results come in on using those products. And let me know if there are any other kind of releases that are coming out lately that you guys want me to check out and review, and I will do it. If you want to keep hanging out with me on this channel, hit the button down below and subscribe. I would love it if you guys did. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And guys, I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me, and I will see you in the next one.